What's up, everybody? In this episode, Erwin and I talk about going through a time of two economical depressions in our adult lives. I know there has been many mini ones, but in our lifetime, we've just experienced like two pretty big ones in our adult lives. I mean, so what does this mean? How does this change the future? Like, is this going to be a re-examination of like college education and work, what it means to be working from home? Like, are we going to start doing that more? Those are the topics we explore in this episode. Stay safe, peace, and wear a mask. I'm going to jump into it. Roll the intro. Yo, this is a difficult to please podcast. I'm JV.
This is Erwin.
And
wow, what episode is this? 28?
This is episode 28. Yes, it is episode 28. Damn,
yeah, we did it.
We're almost in our 30s. Almost in our
30s. Look at us.
Look at us.
Look at us. Hey.
Us.
Look at us. Huh?
Mm-hmm.
Not me.
Not me.
Shout out to the Roadcaster. We're leveling up a little bit. I like it.
It's so much fun to play with right now.
I can imagine. Yeah.
Dude, I'm just having all the time, and it's fun experimenting with other podcasts to see what I can make this podcast better with. What's Erwin drinking tonight? I'm just curious.
Going a little San Diego local, Modern Times. Star Cloud IPA.
Damn.
Are you drinking something tonight?
It is a Bullet 95 whiskey.
Very nice, very nice.
Rye. Mm-hmm. It's nice and cheap. And I'm already finished with the bottle.
Really good quality.
Is it? Is it now?
Yeah. Well, I obviously been drinking a lot more in quarantine.
Is that because you're in quarantine? Is that why you've been drinking a lot more, or?
Partially, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I wouldn't. Because I'm home all the fucking time, and I'm like, fuck, day's over. All right, here's a drink.
Are you kind of beat? Day's over. Haven't really ended it. I guess this is just one long day. Are you? Is it just because like the whole day just feels like you're always on a constant move that it feels like your day's never truly over? So it's like, fuck, I need something to drink. Because that's what I've been kind of noticing when people who are working from home is just that they can't find that weird disconnect. Because sometimes your home is your place where you relax. But if suddenly that your work goes home, and then it's a different issue now.
Yeah, because I mean, I don't. Because I'm home all the time, I need that real separation. Mm-hmm. And to me, having alcohol is that like separation. Like I'm done with work. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I mean, I don't obviously for me, I don't drink during office hours. Even when I was, working in an office, like 9 to 5, I'm not drinking until I get off of work. Or I leave the premises or whatever. Like that's when I know the day's over for me, or at least I know I have a light enough workload that I don't have to trip out.
Sure, that's understandable.
So yeah, so that for me, like when I used to be in an office, it's like drinking on the weekend, like, yeah, but now it's like every day it feels like just one big ass Sunday. So I mean, whatever.
Is it a big ass Sunday though?
I mean, sometimes that's how I feel. That I work when I'm prepping to do more work for the next day, and then whatever, start over, and then I get to the weekend.
Interesting. 1 second.
Yep.
Okay. Not sure that helps, but whatever.
It's all good.
So yeah, I'll edit this the time out, but
yeah, I'm just trying to remember what we were talking about in our Slack. Shit.
I'm in the Rona still here. I mean Corona. Sorry, I can't say that because it's like, wait, your wife's name is Rona, so I'm just like, wait, I can't use that joke.
Got that Rona.
Rona's still
Obviously,
here. She's still.
do.
Yeah, I know. So the coronavirus is still here. I mean, for a minute, I thought everybody was like, we're all ready to go into this new spot, like a new stage. Like everyone in like California was like super ready to go. The rock climbing gym just opened up. All that was like getting ready, but then suddenly there's an uptick in infections, and we had the highest record recently being as of June 25th, 8:30 p.m.
Yeah, man. Like it's getting an uptick here in Oregon. It's just that feeling of like people are just over coronavirus, even though
it's not over yet.
It's not. We didn't do any flattening.
We did not do any flattening like whatsoever. It's pretty bad.
No one did any flattening.
Well, it did kind of get flat, but then suddenly people were like, "Well,
oh, it's hot. I gotta go outside."
Right?
So
and then
stupid.
Yeah, no, it sucks. I know California's doing a good job with it, but then, man, like when I woke up this morning, I saw that crazy video about like the people in Florida, like council or whatever, like the.
Oh yeah, Florida.
Oh,
Florida's
man.
fucking crazy.
It is nuts. My friend from Cocoa Beach was telling me, he's like, "Yep, this is the reason why I'm not taking my kid outside." I'm like, that makes sense. How's Portland with it? San Diego's okay, actually. San Diego's not bad, but how's Portland?
I mean, when I go out, I see people wear masks. Like people are still kind of they're out if they're outside or they're out of their home, like they're still wearing masks. Mm-hmm. I think the people who don't wear masks are usually people who are like running. That's the only people I've seen not wear masks.
And that kind of makes sense. I mean,
exercising, yeah.
Because we went rock
difficult.
climbing. It is. We went rock climbing with a mask on, and like all of us were like having trouble breathing. We're like,
it's hard.
It is really difficult.
I tried running, like as much as I can with the mask on. It's that getting used to the amount of oxygen you're not taking in. It's heavy, dude.
It is really rough. And what's like so weird is that it's becoming so normalized a little bit. Like this way of life is oddly becoming so normalized, and it's scary in a way. Because like the way we work out, the way we eat now, the way we communicate, like the way we have leisure time, it's insane now how much that's changed for everybody. And what's crazy is that we've been through two of them, different levels, but you and I have been through two of them, because I remember you and I were at Starbucks during the first one, right? Well, right, 2008.
We're talking about recessions,
right? Oh yeah, so we're talking about like
we're talking about recessions,
two drastic recessions that our generation, at least we hit. Well, I mean other generations too, but I feel like in a way that it's hit millennials is a certain way that it's not hitting Gen Z, and it's not hitting like, well, it's the Y and no, we're Y generation.
Yeah, millennials are Y Gen X,
and the boomers. Like they're handling it way differently compared to us, and it's a trip. Do you think that millennials, after all this, they kind of feel a little defeated with everything?
I mean, there's some truth to that. I think what it has to mean is that, for me at least, it means that, oh shit, like I never really got like a job like mine until, maybe 5-6 years ago after the recession,
Mm-hmm.
So to think about like had the economy been okay, I might have gotten in the field earlier and been able to make more money.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And advance my career. But who knows? I did what I had to do to get bills paid and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it sucks. And I know it doesn't hurt as much as it could be because
right.
I don't own a home. I don't have to worry about a mortgage yet. I don't have to lose a job. I didn't lose a job. So
that is insane. Yeah. Cause like you and I are very fortunate that we didn't lose a job.
Mm-hmm.
Like, well, we were at Starbucks during the first recession and then we're still at our current jobs the second. Would it have been like, man, cause like I'm thinking now, if we didn't have the technology we had now, and imagine like we went through like the first recession, like that would be a lot different for people because you couldn't like really work from home because like the only thing I could imagine is like Skype, but Skype never really did like group video calls at the time or something like that. So I wonder how like people would have like worked from home if this happened in 2008.
I think if you were working from home back then, I think it was a lot more. It was a lot less hands off. I think it was more like you check in every few hours or so on IM or GChat or whatever it was,
mm-hmm.
whatever instant message service
AIM
was using. Yeah, so
just kidding.
That's something. I think it was GChat. Unless it was like
Trillion,
that the fucking Outlook version. What was that? Not that. Whatever the Microsoft version was. I don't know. I don't remember.
Mm-hmm. I think it's AIM, but okay, whatever.
But yeah. I don't know. Like, I think it'd be harder, but who knows? I think it's a lot different now. Obviously,
mm-hmm.
being so connected with internet. And all the other apps that we have now, like fuck. But it's just the trip, like financially and all that. Because like within 10 years, right? Like millennials got hit with this recession, and then you got hit another 10 years from what looks like to be a recession right now. So you're
mm-hmm.
like, fuck. What does your savings look like? How come you're not saving all your money and just eating peanut butter sandwiches all the time?
Right. And I think that's what's like. I remember when you said that to me, I was listening to another podcast about that, and they were saying like, okay, so what were you doing with the stimulus money? Like if you were like okay going into this recession, how could you leverage that into like something better? And then like people are saying like, did you save the money? Did you save the stimulus check? Yeah, you might not need the stimulus check, but you should save it just in case, because people should have like a rainy day fund kind of thing, like a 6 month, 3 month, whatever rainy day fund. And some people recommend it even 8 months if you want to go like hella hardcore, or even 2 years if you want to go hardcore than that. And then, part of us is thinking like some of the millennials who are like in a not so great situation in their life, mm-hmm. is like, I can't save for shit. I gotta pay this shit. My fucking credit card interest loan is like way higher than like my savings, so I might as well pay that off first. That's
where I'm like, granted, if there was a moment like, okay, I haven't gotten the stimulus checks yet. We've had some issues with the IRS and all that, but we're lucky that we don't need that shit now, like to pay bills or to put it away. Like if we got that money now, we'd probably just either put it towards savings or
pay something off.
Pay a credit card off and not worry about it. But yeah, I think it's just like that weird advice like millennials were getting about 10 years ago and graduating college. Like, how the fuck are you supposed to save when a lot of us had to take student loans to go to college, and our current jobs were barely paying the bills.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I guess what sucks too is that like the industries that got hit hard this time around were like service industry jobs, like restaurants, bars, breweries, coffee shops, retail, like the shit that like a lot of millennials were working at anyways. Like that's the shit that, like 10 years ago, you know, that would have been me. That would have been you. Like we
right. Holy
like
shit.
Starbucks like Starbucks had to close stores down because like they couldn't afford to open all the stores during this pandemic.
Fuck, that is very true.
Right.
Holy shit. Yeah, that is super true. And what's crazy about our generation is that, let's say you did graduate in like 4 years. We graduated 2005, 6, 7, 8. So recession hit us on 8, and then freaking some of us graduated in 2009, and that kind of like, you know what I mean? That kind of like fucks people over because like we graduate and it's like, yeah, welcome to graduation, no jobs for anybody. People lost a hell of money. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? I guess go back home. I don't know what to do.
I mean, it's and this is where I empathize with a lot of like college graduates and the Gen Z kids who are, you know,
graduating now.
on this new journey of like, fuck, dude, like it took me a few years to finally settle, like, and find my lane and figure out my, you know, career and all that.
Right.
But then at least I was working part-time at somewhere, Target or Starbucks or wherever. Like I had some income coming in rather than being super underemployed or unemployed. But yeah, it was just like for them now, it's like they're, because of like who's hiring and who's not hiring, it's like what's left out there. Like you're gonna Grubhub delivery service or work for Amazon. Like what's
but that wasn't like available to us back then. I feel like
no, for
different.
sure not,
it's like way different. Like you could have been a YouTube influencer or something, like Instagram influencer. But like back then, if you tried to like say that to us, we're like, what the fuck is that?
No, I totally understand. Yeah,
that's I'm on YouTube for memes before memes was like a big word. I'm on YouTube for memes. That's how 2008 YouTube was. What the fuck? I didn't get into YouTube until like 3 years ago. But yeah.
Yeah, and that's where, the kids have the kids, as in Gen Z, 10 years younger than us, like your nephew and all that. Like
he's like he's one of the support characters in this podcast. Anyways, go ahead.
Support characters who never make an appearance. No, yeah, but just like I think about him and his friends and all that. Like because of his youth and how much like experience he has, like there's a lot for the next few years it's gonna be rough for him too, like just like how for us, like our careers were like rough after high school and college. Like it's gonna be tough. Like I totally empathize. Like it's a different landscape out now.
Right
Because I mean, like even for influencers and all that, like because Instagram influencers are basically like marketing, a part of marketing budgets across the board. Like if like big companies or any kind of service or whatever has like a budget for marketing, they're gonna cut that. Like why the fuck do they need to spend money on marketing when that company itself or service or whatever, they laid off, you know, people.
Right. Like exactly. What's the point of marketing?
And
There's like no one to market to.
Yeah, it's part of their marketing budget. Like, all right, whatever. Well, we don't need this. It's not essential.
That's true. And then you see a lot of companies trying to go back to the basics. Like I think Airbnb is doing that right now. Like they cut a few of their experimental services and just to focus back on their main services, and like they cut hella people for it. But Airbnb is gonna like come out strong on this. All like big tech companies are gonna come out strong on this, and who else is gonna come strong on this? Hospital people.
I mean, like the travel industry will see it, but I just feel like that's gonna be like a slow burn to come back, only because like. Yeah, there's going to be dumb people. And we know this, that there's dumb people who are going to fucking like disregard stay-at-home orders and traveling.
Yeah.
But even like in that space, like Airbnb is going to have a tougher time because it was like these are people's homes,
right, and like
this is like a hotel or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Which would be kind of weird because, like, can you imagine you're in that hotel, or whether you're in a hotel or you're at someone's home, you're like, did someone like clean this place before you came in?
No, that's what I'm saying. Is like at least with the, like there's people who. Services and all that do that for Airbnbs,
right?
But it's like the guarantee that there's somebody doing it at a hotel, like that for sure.
Mm-hmm. Well, do we?
I mean, yeah, I guess.
I mean, I've seen those shows. I've seen those reports where they blue light in a hotel rooms. That shit's nasty. Ugh.
Like a fucking Room Raiders.
They did. They did a sorry, a sidetrack, but they did a special where these like hotel this like news crew would rent out hotel rooms just to see if they changed the sheets. In some hotels, they found out they didn't. Like, so what they would do like purposely is they'll leave something on the pillow that they would what do you call that? Like that could be caught by blue light. And so they would rent that same room again. That sounds
gross already.
Dude, it sounds fucking nasty. Gross. It's so nasty. I don't like it. It's
fucking hot. Whew.
Almost summertime.
And the great thing about the Northwest, the sun hasn't gone down yet. This is all natural light still.
What?
Yeah.
It's dark out here.
Yeah, the sun's not going to set for another 30 minutes.
Nice.
It's fucking lit.
So going forward, do you think? I mean, how are like people in our generation? Like, I think I've always repeated this to you a few times. I mean, to have a little candor in this, I've been
Let's go, Scott Galloway.
I have to try. You started listening to him now. I think it's nuts how I felt like, in a way, I've been kind of feeling really defeated with like everything going on, whether it's about career or, my parents always taught us, or our parents always taught us, like, you go to college, you'll get a good job, and you'll have like a successful future. But I felt like that's never really. Maybe my expectations are a little bit too high, but I feel like I never got that. And I feel like it's so funny. You sent me that chart about feeling defeated and lost, and then like feeling like your confidence, like you're ready to take on the world. And like, this is like your defeat. And you're like asking, like you messaged me on Slack. You're like, I don't know where I am on this curve. And I like straight up said like, oh, I know where I am. I'm like near the bottom of that, because like I still don't feel like I'm at a place where I should be. I mean, granted, I'm still doing good work at a hospital. I'm still serving and helping people. That's fine. Like, it's fulfilling my soul, but it's not like fulfilling like my creativity kind of thing. And I remember you and like 10 other people have told me like, oh, you went into medical. That's interesting. I would never imagine you going to medical. I'm like, yeah. So like for me right now, like I was like coming into 2020, I was ready to make that change. I was ready like to pivot to like a more creative field. But then COVID hit, all my plans went out the window. Internships were like canceled, and I'm just like, this is nice. This fire around me is nice. I can live with this. I can fuck with this. So it's been a weird emotional roller coaster for me this year, for sure. And I feel like it's compounded in like the last 10 years kind of thing.
So you're saying like big? It just all hit at once for you, like
that.
all this.
I think it's like
Anxiety
you finally
hit
just
at
like,
once.
I think so. Like it was building. It was definitely building since I started working at the hospital. But then like this year was totally like, and boop, there you go. Here's a button. Let's fuck this shit up now. I'm just kidding. So I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one who feels this way. I'm pretty sure like you and I have talked about this like on and off on Slack, and you're kind of like struggling with that too a little bit.
Oh, for sure, dude. Like when it comes, like we'll put the charts up on Instagram or we'll post it or whatever. But like
Show notes,
all that. It's like, to describe it, it's like conviction is on the y-axis, knowledge is on the x-axis, and then like it talks about, you know, this child's hill that's super high, kind of you got all the confidence in the world, but you don't know, and you barely know anything. But then when you start to know things, then you start to realize like, shit, like I'm not confident anymore. Like I'm like reevaluating my life and all that. And I think for the longest time, like I thought I was out of that like insecure canyon of like, I don't know anything and my confidence is shot. But I think I'm getting out of it. I think it's more about, for me now, getting out of insecure canyon is about and like real growth. Like, what do I want for my family? What do I want for like my career? Like, I think having our child soon and having it come out, it's gotten me like, it's starting to sharpen like what I need to do, what I need to do and what I want to do is starting to get a little bit closer, like
nice
in a Venn diagram. Cool. It's like, it's at the focus. Cause it's like, you know, now that I'm in Portland, I've been in Portland for about a year. It's like, I need to do more of the things I want to do. Like, true. I need to do more creative shit because like if I don't do anything to change the shit, to keep working on my craft, dude, I'm gonna be the same person that I was in San Diego. And like career wise, like I need to like step up, like be able to take my work and my craft like to another level. And I knew that like deep in my heart, like I needed a change and I needed a creative center. And I'm glad that Portland is that. And it just happens to be like works out for Rhoda and our little family now. So it's like, nice. Yeah.
Interesting. See, you sound like you have a good destination where you're going.
It's like growing up and shit.
It is. That was pretty deep. I'll tell you that. That was way different than mine.
It's well, because it's like I try to amp you up, man. Like I think, like Anthony Bourdain says, rest in peace. Like if you get a chance to move somewhere, do it. Like there's an energy that you take on when you're in a different place, getting out of your comfort zone and all that shit. Like,
yep. And I
helps.
think I need that.
It helps a lot.
And you change your scenery. Yeah. Y'all trying to get in and out?
Fuck, man. After we got in and out like 2 months ago, and I'm like, we waited like 2.5 hours. So we're like not gonna get in and out till we get back to San Diego.
Because you told me it just kind of opened there recently, right?
Yeah, it opened in January, and then we went during COVID, so like in March or April. And then like what's fucked up is like we got there like I don't want to say we got there right when it opened. It was like we got there like at noon or at 1. And that shit was like 2 hours, 2 and a half hours deep. I was like, fuck. Like, this is like every time we wait, it's still really good. But I'm like, I can't do this. It's not worth it.
It's not worth it. Yeah, no. I wouldn't even wait. Like, the moment I see cars wrapping around the building in and out, I'm like, no, that's not what's good right now. This is exactly what I should not be going for.
I will say, was also the price, like maybe not as much worth it is Vietnamese food, and like everything's more expensive here. So like, pho is like $15 here.
What? I don't envy that whatsoever. I do not envy that.
Like,
even if
like,
it was tasty, I would not envy that.
I know. Like, and banh mi's are like $10-12.
What? Why? That's so stupid.
No, it's there's something in Oregon where Vietnamese people were charging more for the shit. I mean, shout out to them. They're making as much money as they can. I just like in my brain, I'm like, it's hard for me to justify spending more than $8 for pho, more than $6 for boon, more than $4 for fucking banh mi. So like, it's tough. Like we barely get Vietnamese food now because the price.
That's so bad.
Yo, it's bad. I'm like,
it's so
because we were looking at dinner for tonight, and we ended up getting some like halal Mediterranean stuff. So
that's good too. But yeah,
good.
There's no no halal guys over there.
No, but there's a lot of halal carts. Like,
interesting. Trying to be like halal guys, but in the West Coast.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't had Five Guys in a long. I mean, not Five Guys. Sorry, halal guys in a long time.
So good. I missed that.
Shit. What were we saying? What were we talking about?
Halal guys. Obviously, we're talking about halal guys.
I already forgot, dude. I finally got a haircut because during my COVID haircut.
Oh yeah,
that shit.
Me too.
Fuck, dude.
Just kidding. We got webcams now. I can actually play with this shit. I've never used a webcam before.
Fucking nah, man. Getting a haircut with a mask on is a fucking trip, man. Like,
did you have to wear a face mask while getting a haircut?
You have to.
Oh, because he's like, I gotta cut your ears. Can you take this off? You know what I mean? You know.
Yeah, no, yeah. The barber I went to was like, leave it on. You have to. I'm like, okay.
Damn. See, our barbershop didn't do that. Yeah. Oh.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like Oregon is still taking it more seriously than California.
True. Okay. That's fair. Fair assessment. And that's it? You guys take it more seriously?
Just in COVID in general, like I've seen the bars outside, you know, how like they have like tables in the street and shit like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a lot. For restaurants, I don't know how they're going to survive. Like, I know I'm on my Dave Chang shit again, but it's hard to see like 50% capacity, maybe if that, and then you have outdoor seating. It's
doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense, and it's so hard to justify sitting inside still, like because of the air, like it's still like you're circulating air no matter what, like
right.
Like yeah, that's shit's gonna. I don't know how long this is gonna last either. Like this is kind of fucked.
I think, yeah, because we were kind of always promised like it's gonna get better during the summer, but places are heating up and things look like it's getting better. Florida's not doing well. Texas isn't doing well. They might have to go to shutdown again. I mean, granted, Fauci said that California is actually doing pretty well. He's not too worried about California, but he said just stay vigilant about it because the next few weeks are going to actually be something important.
Yeah,
not sure
man,
how it is
you
in
gotta
Pacific
fucking wear
Northwest.
your masks.
Yo,
wear your masks.
I'm not gonna lie. I want to talk about mask. To be honest, I stepped up my mask fashion game. I'm just saying. What I got was
you got a vape mask, or what do you got?
No. So Kang's our homie Kang. He's a manager over at a clothing store that does like premium denim jeans. He got me a denim face mask, and that shit looks.
Is it Japanese denim, or is that like?
I have to research that. I'll get back
like
to you.
American denim?
I think so. I don't know, but it was like manufactured in, I don't know, maybe it was manufactured in, it was at least definitely cut in LA, and that's all I know. But it looks fucking clean as it's fuck. It's dope. It's heavy. It's dope.
Are you able to wear it to work?
No.
At work, you have to wear the medical grade shit, right?
Yeah,
you have to wear N95s.
Yeah, but then me, when I'm just chilling, I'm like, where's my new Babe album at? Just kidding. That's me.
No, I think that's because of COVID and the adoption of masks in America. Like, the mask is going to be important, and rather than not important, it's going to be paired with like fashion, just because.
Oh, fuck it! I'm already embracing it.
Now it's a fucking accessory, like you said. It's a fucking accessory.
Yo, I'm just gonna jump on the curve already, man. I'm like, I'm 10 years behind. I'm sorry, Korea and Taiwan and Japan, but I'm doing this shit now. I'm with you guys. I'm gonna wear a mask. Even like when COVID season's done, I'm still gonna wear a mask. Book it. That's gonna be my shit.
No, I'm all for it, dude. Honestly, like if everyone can just like adopt that mentality of like China and like Korea and Japan of like, yo, if you feel sick, dude, just wear fucking masks. Like,
yeah, it's
don't chance
to stop
that
the
shit.
spread. Yeah, it doesn't like stop you from getting it. It just stops you from spreading it. I think that's a weird misconception by other people, is that they're saying like, oh, it's gonna prevent it. It's like, no, it's not gonna prevent it. It's just, it stops you from giving it to other people. It's a better chance of stop you from giving it to other people. Yeah. Does it suck breathing in that shit? Yeah. I mean, that's why people have the N95 mask, because it's a little bit easier to breathe, but still, it's not perfect. But yo, man, if you want to stop like a spread of disease, you kind of have to just, number one thing is to socially distance. Like, the farther you're away from people, the better. But yeah, the mask is like the second best thing, and no one's telling you to wear the mask when you're just going outside by yourself. Like, you just wear the mask the moment you start encountering other people. That's the only time you should do it. I don't know why this shit's so hard for people. I never knew this is like a First Amendment right, or this is like a religious thing, but it's insane to me when I hear like people's reasoning behind it.
Like that lady in Florida.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I saw that. I seen it on it, in memes and on my feed, but I finally saw the entire speech. Holy shit, she sounds so dumb. Like, why is it so hard, JV?
And it's funny is that like yeah, what's crazy is that I didn't even show you the video where there's like 4 of them who do that.
I'm good.
Yeah, no, one was enough. And this is me when I was like drinking my coffee this morning. I was like, oh shit, these people wild. They're fucking wild. It's nuts. And I'm glad. But then what's crazy is that oh man, I never knew that fucking masks were so polarizing. It's so crazy because like even at work, or like some people at work, I'm not gonna name who, but they also feel the same way. And they're like, come on, people, really? A mask? I'm like, what the fuck? We're in like medical. Like, this is crazy.
What?
Yeah.
That makes no sense because you work at a hospital.
And
that makes no fucking sense.
Right? And like, and they're like saying too, it's like, I get it if you're old, or I mean like older as in like you're more susceptible to getting any type of disease in a way, right? Your immune system, immunocompromised and whatnot. Yeah, you understand, like, yeah, that's when you don't go out. But when they're talking about like, I don't know why all the businesses have to close down too. I'm like, because they don't want to get sued. They don't. It's a liability for them if people get sick.
No one wants to get sick.
Yeah, no one wants to get sick. That's what it is. No one wants to get sick. No one wants to like deal with this shit. Like, if everyone knew they were safe, fine. You know what I mean? Like, fine. Go ahead. You could do whatever the hell you want, and like at least you would know if you're sick. You're sick. Stay home. But we don't have that yet, and like people are getting frustrated. Like, why are there any testing? Why is there any testing? And like, well, that's the number one problem. Like, if you want to learn how to go out, we need those stupid tests so it can tell us, yeah, you're good to go. Yep. Yeah, that was my little health rant. And like,
that's your rant?
Sorry, it was like, yeah, I get really frustrated with people.
I'm so agree.
Yeah, like, I would love to go out too. I really want to go out, but I won't go out unless I know I can get testing around the clock. That's it. That's my only criteria for going out and be normal.
Aren't available. You might want to try setting them up again.
What?
Sorry,
my Google Home just went off randomly.
You activating Google.
Let's move on to our next segment.
Yep.
What we're hype about?
What we're hype about? What we got?
Dude, there's a lot of dope shit still coming around. Not gonna lie. There's a lot of good shit like still happening.
What like what?
Sorry.
I don't even know what I'm supposed to be hype about, man. Like I feel like it's all bad, but here we are.
Bad.
It's
Definitely video games, man. Video games are like, it's the shit right now. Like, are you guys playing Animal Crossing?
Rona's play Animal Crossing. I don't play it. I might get Pokemon Snap because Rona's hype about that too. I'm like, okay, maybe Pokemon Snap.
Yo, Pokemon Snap for sure. In Animal Crossing, you can start swimming. That's actually fucking lit. Okay.
Oh, that's like an update?
Yeah. It's gonna be fucking lit. It's gonna be fucking sick, man. Yo. Fashion wise,
what you got?
I got nothing. I mean, I don't wear any clothes anymore. I mean, I wear clothes, but I don't go around looking for clothes as much as I used to. Other than like stuff from like Everlane now or Uniqlo. That's pretty much about it. What about you?
You didn't get any of the Takashi Murakami, Billie Eilish? No, I wasn't vibing it either. I was like, eh.
It's like, I don't know. Maybe I'm kind of getting over like the graphic t-shirts. That's
how I feel too. Cause I'm like, I still don't want to be like this, like a 30-year-old man rocking a Billie Eilish shirt. I'm like, I mean, Billie Eilish is cool.
She's dope.
But I don't know if I can wear a t-shirt.
I don't want to wear the same t-shirt and then like my 10-year-old niece comes up to me. He's like, I love Billie Eilish. This is her music. I'm like,
oh man.
Definitely the Run the Jewels album is like something I'm super hyped about. It's already out, but that's like one thing I'm hella hyped about. That's fucking sick.
That's like, I want to say one of the few projects that I dropped during COVID. Like that's something I feel really like hype on. Mm-hmm. Oh no, Anderson .Paak dropped new shit too. I haven't listened to it yet. But,
look, I didn't know that.
Yeah, like and all the Black Lives Matter protests. I mean, that's also been happening. I know we didn't. It's been like we addressed it in our intro last episode.
Yeah,
I mean, that shit's crazy too. Like it's happening everywhere.
Yeah, and it's so crazy because now things are finally changing. I wonder, is it really changing because like I don't know the real answer for this, but because everyone's home, emotions are high, and like it's finally like time to mobilize. It's like people are not like working for the day-to-day hustle. Now they have time to like think about it, reflect on it, and now act on it. And it's insane. Like I really hope this doesn't just become a moment and becomes like an actual change to like criminal justice. What's so crazy is that like
totally understand.
What's so crazy is that someone pointed this out to me. It's like, okay, we're going to talk about police reform, but we have to talk about all of the like, what do you call that? What's that term again? For all criminal justice, like criminal justice reform, like they go to they have to redo the bailing system and they have to do like the jail system. Like you need to stop privatizing all of that kind of thing. And like there's so much for us to learn. And I feel like I really started learning a lot more when I was getting into like the more deeper into like the Black Lives Matter like stories and stuff like that. Like it's a trip. Like I just learned more about the United Confederate Daughters or something like that. Like how much influence they had in changing the South and how like they were educated and kind of like how certain things are like blemished in a way where it's like, oh, let's not talk about like the slavery portion. We'll talk about like state rights kind of thing. And I was like, interesting. And that's been going on for so many years. And it's like a weird like reawakening kind of thing of like, this is like the true thing too. This is like the real American like history kind of thing. And
yes,
and I wonder if this is going to also like if Native Americans are going to start saying something too.
I think
that's another big issue that we like, Americans still have to deal with.
No, there's the awakening, this kind of like consciousness of rising. And I know we didn't talk about it on the last episode because of we're like barely there was no, I don't think on the last episode, like when we recorded, there was any kind of happenings. I think there was obviously the Ahmaud Arbery incident happened.
Oh my gosh, yeah. All those cases are so sad.
Yeah, and then it was like Breonna Taylor, but I think that wasn't as publicized. And like it was like George Floyd was like the tipping point.
Right, it was the tipping point. It was crazy. Like was that one case from like last year that's now getting attention? The Elijah McClain. Yeah, that was a trip. Yeah. That was a trip. Because I'm like, too.
Yeah, that's last year, and there's still no kind of like repercussions for any of the police officers involved. And I think because of like being inside, and the amount of work that has been going on since I want to say since Trayvon Martin had was killed back in 2012, or I want to say 2012. So it's like now, like the
shit's brewing.
The amount of work for the last 8 years to like try and get something, and there's barely any kind of like results from the beginnings of the protests and the Black Lives Matter movement. But now it's like you can't there was no accountability on any local government or city government. So it's like, okay, like everyone just took to the streets. It's a different consciousness. It's a different moment.
Different.
And I think, yeah, a lot of the kids now they got politicized during this time of Black Lives Matter, and ever since Trayvon and everybody who's been out in the streets in Ferguson too. So it all comes down to like the kids who are out there in the streets, and Dave Chappelle did it most. Like Dave Chappelle said it best, where he's proud of like the kids, and I'm proud of the kids who are out on the streets, because like I want to be out on the streets, but I'm like, fuck, dude. Like I have a child on the way. I'm like, I don't want to be in the streets right now. Like,
yeah,
I'm still worried about COVID, and that's the kind of like wrap around here. Like people are so pissed off, and like that there's no justice, that they're taken to the streets though.
Right. Any last messages or last words for our viewers or our listeners before we jump out?
Last words. Fucking this podcast episode is unofficially sponsored by Purple.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You got a purple seat
I got
cushion.
A purple fucking seat cushion.
Me too, homie. That shit's comfortable. It's mad comfortable.
Oh my god. Like I'm so satisfied with it. Like, what the fuck, man? This shit is ridiculous.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, like because it looks dumb. Like structurally it looks like Connects or Legos or something. where there's a lot of holes, and then you sit on it, you're like, oh, there, I feel support. Like, this is way better than memory foam, I think.
Nice. All right, man. All right, everybody. Stay safe, really. Stay safe. Wear a mask.
Safe.
And remember to vote this year. This year is super important for everybody, like on a big, just everything. There's just so much writing on this year. And I hope, yeah, I don't know. I hope for a big change going forward now. Win?
Yeah. Shout out to the kids in the streets.
Yeah, shout out.
Stay at home though. If you're stay at home, wear a mask, get tested. This shit is not a fucking joke.
It's not a joke. We're not even over yet.
We're not even in the fall, but we're catching the second wave.
All right. Stay safe.
Episode 28. Peace.
Peace.